Hello, and welcome to my very first stream on Twitch. I'm kind of excited. I'm even excited that there's already uh, a uh, a follower or a viewer already, so that's really exciting. Um, Thanks for joining me, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit. I'll keep an eye on the stream. Please let me know if you have a hard time hearing me or have a hard time hearing the game. I kind of want this to be a fun thing for everyone to enjoy, and it serve as a nice creative outlet for myself. Okay, the reason I chose this game for several reasons. One, it's a game I've had on Steam for a long time, and I like uh, lots of odd indie titles. And This is one that was recommended. I remember I think I first saw it when there was a series on YouTube called Extra Credits, and they would do this series sometimes about games you might not have heard of or tried. And I always try and pick up those ones that look interesting to me. And this one, being a fan of video games and a fan of the way games are even designed a little bit, I was like, I want to check this out. And also, nowadays, I like games that are shorter. Games like Gone Home and Firewatch, which I might even play again on this, which might be fun. I like those ones because they're great narrative experiences and they're short. I cannot play 100-hour games anymore. My wife can apparently. She has dumped 300 hours, I think it said, into Stardew Valley when I got the Switch, and she loved it, which was great. And it got us kind of being able to enjoy some games together. So I'm going to hit start, and we'll see how we do. Again, let me know in the chat how things are going. I'm up to 3 viewers now, I guess. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, let's get started. Oh, audio is on. I can hear it. Standard.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon.
Hi,
I
Davey.
wrote The Stanley Parable, and while
Another
that
great
game
game, which
tells
I
a
will
pretty
hopefully
absurd
be playing.
story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make.
Hi, Kate.
So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Yes.
You can walk around here,
Very
by the
familiar
way.
with this.
And
can
mostly
move.
it's just
I move very
Coda
slowly.
learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that
there's the
this
blobs.
actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Oh, I am in a white void. Oh! Oh shoot, I didn't know it was gonna be shooting. Pew 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 pew. There's
This
no
game is
sound
called
effects.
Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Alright, guess we're going this way. I can jump, I can crouch. Okay. Oop, can't go that way though. Okay. This is like Halo 1 levels of graphics here. I remember Katie and I were actually playing. Okay. Oh, well, that door was open. Now it's closed. We did actually play Halo 1 together and got about halfway through Halo 2. And we were playing the Anniversary Edition, which allows you to switch back and forth between the 2001 Halo graphics and the, was that 2011 when it was remastered, the 10-year anniversary? And it's night and day, man. But even like now that those 2011 graphics are pretty much out of date now too, it's like makes the 2001 ones look even jankier. You know, it's like, wait, did I just go in a big circle? Ah, shoot, I think I did. This is what happens when I try and talk and play at the same time. Go down. Or am I in an infinite loop? Am I in an infinite loop? Oh no, this is much bigger. Don't know when I got turned around, but I did. Is there a flashlight? No flashlight.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development.
Yeah.
For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere.
Pew, pew,
but
pew,
then
pew.
clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know.
I'm out of
Maybe
ammo now.
Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized.
Oh,
Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
oop. Ha ha ha. It's like the star field that they use in Star Trek. Outside of all their windows. Hey, John. Thanks for joining. Hey, it was so nice to talk to you today. Like, it was so much fun. And I miss our long, nerdy chats about everything. I was not kidding when I said, oh, this is like the room in the Matrix. Lots of...
Apparently this space station has a
shoot.
labyrinth on it.
It's a maze.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, there we go.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room.
Yes?
You could save us all.
Oh,
That beam is powering the Whisper Machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
oh.
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives,
So I'm going to Rathacon
Would you do
this,
it?
is basically what I'm about to
you
do.
give
Okay, great.
yourself?
You have been in... Oh, it's... Never mind. Just go in. Blah!
Let me pause here for a second.
Oh, good.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying,
It's called death.
is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
I'm back. Can I leave? No, I cannot leave. Oh, so I just get to die over and over again? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, no, oh. Oh, there's the maze. And
The
the whole
beam
level.
causes you to start floating.
Yep.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system.
Imagine
Or
if we
this
were
floating could be the
an
afterlife, a
infinite
peaceful
space.
place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs.
Oh no.
So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Well, I certainly left that one behind. I'm also going to try not to talk over this narrator because I have not played this before and I want to hear what he has to say. The past was behind her. Oh, but I can't move. Oh dear. What? I can jump. I can't walk. Oh,
Yep, in this game
I
you
can only walk backwards.
walk backwards.
I can only walk backwards. Okay, this is fun. Alright, the past was behind her. Like, everywhere I'm going. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Alright. This is never how I ever want to play a game ever again. Ugh!
So it's
But-
a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative.
Okay.
It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Alright. Now what? I can't. Oh, why does the future keep changing? Oh, is it going to change when I go back into the other room? No. Dang it. Okay. Let's try again. Oh. Ha 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 ha. Ooh. Okay. I've never had to walk backwards so much in a game ever. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Does it though? Still can't move forward though. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Next one. Oh, uh-oh, am I in Slender? This reminds me of Slender. Oh no, I don't want to be scared tonight. You are now entering the Twilight Zone, the Outer Limits. I'm now entering what? Oop, darkness.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay. December 2008. Oh,
Oftentimes,
you
Coda
can't
would
see
put
the date
bizarre
behind my
titles like this
camera,
one at
but
the
I don't
start of
really
his
feel like I
games.
can change it, so I'll just say the dates. Oh my gosh.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
This reminds me of the escalator to nowhere on The Simpsons. I do have to look behind me. I feel like I'm wicked tall. Oop, I'm slowing down. Really slowing down.
Once
Oop.
you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all?
Jerk.
Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. Aha! It is a room. Stand on an X. So, oh no. Oh no. Oh, so much reading. Blocks of text.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Ugh.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
I pressed you. Nothing happened. Huh. Oh. January 2009. Fish! I haven't fished in... Oh, why do you fish in a room? Aha! Okay. This looks more like Half-Life? Maybe?
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
I opened the door. I smart. Oh. Okay. Okay. We're gonna open it. And then we're gonna flip it again and get in. Huh. And now I'm trapped, aren't I? Aha!
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Not naturally.
We're gonna see it a lot.
Okay. Jump. I love those point of no return jumps.
So that seems to be it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end.
I got to the
Simple
end.
enough.
Nothing there.
All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Yeah. Okay. I can see where the path is now.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing.
But wait.
I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
To jump into the void. January 2009. Oh, we're back here. Okay. Oh, I don't want to be scared. You are now in... Oh, you're now exiting.
So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
March 2009. The Great and Lovely Descent. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. To my one viewer, thank you for sticking around. I don't know who that is. Can't really see unless you type in the chat, but thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
I miss going to restaurants.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors.
Yes.
That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Okay.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Okay. Do we need to go pee? What do we do? Whoop. Aha! Ooh. Alright. Oh. Oh. Alright. Oh, I need to jump, don't I? Hooga booga. Oh. First person platforming skills. Okay. Hubada. Alright. Ooh, that was close. Well, now what? Okay. Version of adaptation, a story inside the creator's perception of the industry they produce, maybe? Perhaps, yeah, I'm not sure. I just know this was a game about how games are made, essentially. John, yeah. Thanks for sticking around, bud. Whoop. This is like the most gameplay I've done so far in this. Whoop. I don't want to die in the infinite void. Oh. Ooh, okay. Well, I appear to not have a lot of options. Ooh. Oh no. Well, there we go. Maybe I was meant to do that? Whoop. Oh, I'm on the bottom. Ha! There's no fall damage. This looks like the staircase in Tony Stark's house. Jarvis? No? Okay. I don't like when gates open on their own. Oh, this looks like a farm? And when they close behind me. Okay. Oop. Hello? Ooh. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Excuse me. On your end, but there's like these thump in my ears, and it's disturbing. I won't go that way. No, you can't make me. Nope, not doing it. Okay, fine. Doing your what the? Subverting expectations. Now I'm. What if I want to explore? It won't let me. Okay. Up into the...
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Okay, good. Did you...
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
I don't envy game developers for having to play those kind of games. I mean, like, it's good that, you know, the developers get to hone their skills and stuff, but, like, playing some of that raw stuff is also why, you know, the idea of being a game tester, like, it always sounds nice, but then I'm like, yeah, you're just playing all the parts about a game that you're probably going to hate. And yeah, they can try and fix, but oh man, that would just drive me batty. Oh, we're outside. Aw, this is like the most blue sky I've seen in weeks. It's very smoggy and snowy here in Utah, so... Oh,
it's the puzzle again.
It's the puzzle
with
again.
With the exact same solution as the last time.
Is it, though? What if I don't believe you?
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
You could just tell me now. Am I moving? Oh, that was weird. Okay. Sorry. Obviously, I was moving the controls felt a little off. I think my thumb was grazing the touchpad, so I will avoid that. Ugh. Oh, this looks very familiar. You there! Did you come from
Here,
above?
Coda begins using a
was
kind
up
of
there?
dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capability.
Okay, John, if you're still
Use
there.
the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard.
1, 2, or
to
3,
respond.
bud. If you can't read the other two, it says, yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. And 3, yes, there were these floating colored blocks. 1, 2, or 3. If you're still there. I have no idea if you're actually still watching or listening. I'll give you a few seconds. So these heads are, if I remember correctly, these head things are very similar to that of the Stanley Parable. Wonder if there's a delay on my chat. 3. All right, bud. Here we go. Ugh. Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. That's the world above. You've been there. Now, this is important. Do you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle. 3, I'd prefer not to tell you. After all, we've only just met. Well, that's a little rude. Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here, right? So I'll tell them, yes. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Now, I did solve it. Well, none of these is me telling them that I solved it. But he did give me some instructions, so I will say 2. Someone else let me in. You didn't solve it? So you have learned nothing! Well, you cannot help us escape this prison. You are not the one I need. Surely there will be someone else. Oh, that was a little rude. Wait, where's the door that I came in? Aha. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Is there a puzzle I gotta pass through? We actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? I already care about the space between the doors. Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. 3, I don't recall space between the doors. I felt weird. Because it was weird. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. That's reassuring. Oh, hey, down some stairs. And down a lot of stairs.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Okay. Yeah. Hello? Oh. What the? Hey, that staircase was bigger than that building.
It's a lamppost.
I'm in
Okay,
Narnia.
I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
Okay.
He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
April 2009. The game is connected to the internet. The internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. Okay. All notes you see are left by other players. What? Oh. It's like commentary mode here. Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this.
How
but
do you beat this
is
game?
not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have
No
been written
point to
by
this.
Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level.
Can you guys
and it
hear
was just
me?
so different from anything that anyone
Whoa,
else was
holy
doing. So right away I was like,
bad
I have
word.
to be friends with this
Shit.
person.
It said shit.
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention.
He's got a lot of markers here.
I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me.
Hello?
And I cooled off eventually.
Yes. Reasonable.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Oh.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Okay.
But it's ironic, isn't it, that in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me
I feel you,
personally
bro.
into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
A little split personality here telling me all this stuff. Oh, I like free t-shirts. Oh my gosh, this... Like, I'm interested to want to... Makes game, includes door. Cannot open door. Thanks. Open sesame. Door how open. I do like these. These are pretty funny. And the typos. I am not going to check every single one. Holy crap, this is a big room. Okay. I failed to write anything. Misery, oh... I don't know. This is a note. Don't listen to the other notes. Well, how can a note not be safe? This looks like one of those trap rooms in Portal 2 where not GLaDOS, what's the other one? Wheatley, where Wheatley is like, oh no, like you're fine here. Like you're gonna be fine. That's really pretty. Wow. It's harsh. I beat it. I beat the... No, I didn't beat it. Jeez.
At the end of this level,
Oh.
we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his
There's those
life
three dots
before
again.
moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Anybody hear those voices? Or is it just me? Help. Help. Second door won't open.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces,
Later, guys, you get all the way
move on,
down here.
you get to pause.
So
Just
bad
for
here.
a moment. A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Oh, oh, shoot. Aha. Okay, so all the... Oop, you hear the typewriters. Before, there were all these voices in my head. I've been playing this new game called Hellblade, where the character literally has voices in their head depending on what you do, and it's a game definitely to play with headphones that I might be playing later, but it's disturbing, to say the least. 1,000 monkeys on typewriters. We'll write Shakespeare. Who uses a typewriter anymore, though? Honestly, up the lamppost again. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty speak? Speak. I can't move. May to June 2009.
Okay, this one is tough.
Dear. Oh dear.
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay. Oh, I'm hanging. That was a weird noise for a second. I'm in jail. There's a well and something over there. Nice fern. Nice in design. Doesn't look too comfy though. Oop. Oh, we had a door that opened. Haha. Oh. It's like Gallifreyan from Doctor Who. Ooh. Okay. Pop culture references. I've got them. And more. Diddly-dum, diddly-dum, diddly. Okay. Oh. Hey guys, look where we are.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Well, minimalist, to say the least. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? Ooh. In the center of a room, you wouldn't really put a fridge, and I don't want a hole in the ground. We'll put a big TV with surround sound. Okay. Along the wall of the room, let's put a huge picture of a horse. I really like a washing machine, 10 stoves lined up along the wall. Let's just put a picture. Those aren't pictures of horses. Skylight. I want a skylight. You jerks. We already have a table. Tables were invented in 1935. Duh, you jerks. Yeah. Oh, no, I broke it.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Yup. That's what this game is. That's what it appears to be, at least.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay. Please walk forward. Oh, well, you asked so nicely. And, oh, man, this will come in handy. Okay. Click this table. Couture. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Now turn the floor excuse me, floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. Off. Okay. touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Wait, what? Okay. Butcher! Nope, do I stand on it? Ah.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Yep.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral.
Round, baby, right round.
And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Hello, new viewer. I have 2 viewers now. That's nice. Welcome. We are approximately 45 minutes into this. Ooh, and it's a game about making games. No flashlight. It's really dark. I don't like the dark. Is that the TARDIS? That was a scary sound. It's a phone booth, okay. Dude, can't move. Can't look, okay. Hello? Who is this? One option. Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the... Oh. Okay. You're me? Ellipsis. So you were trapped in this prison too? I was in the furniture maze,
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Well, I was in a furniture maze, that's for sure. That's where I am right now. I'm so glad to know that I got out eventually. What's it like to escape? Boop. Beep boop. It won't last. I'd say 2. I'm the first person to call back. What a little paradox we found ourselves in. Then can you tell me how to get out? If I can come find you, what do I have to do? I don't know. I'm just killing numbers at this point, guys. That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you try and you're out. Go on, go on, go on are my 3 options. Let's do 3 go on.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay.
So
Wouldn't that
don't
be
worry.
nice?
August 2009. About a thing.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Ooh. Okay.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Well, I'm gonna go in this one first. Oh. Or last. Okay. Ooh, much more comfortable than the other places we've been so far. Thanks, John. I'm just clicking numbers at this point. Do. Oh, clean. You can't. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes. One, don't worry about me, a place this
You'll
nice.
notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games.
Yes, I noted
including
that.
this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Wow. Don't worry about me. A place this nice will be glad to stay here all night. Well, now you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Clear the table! Ah, if only it was that quick and simpler. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Nope. Bathroom? Nice bathroom. Messy bed. Whoom. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? Ah, the little details matter. Click. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How'd you end up doing this job? It's been a long time since I've seen a house this messy. How'd you get up doing this job? A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly just desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I didn't realize this was gonna be so much reading. I've got some demons. Ooh, I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows here? Wait, what? Where? Oh, right. Huh. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. People do quicker. Maybe mop that up. I feel compelled to share an incredible cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy? Yeah, I'll try to get by, or do you absolutely have to? Yeah, make it cheesy, I don't care. ... Oh, well, thank you. Seriously? You're not even gonna... No. Ugh. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Wow, I'm just... Boom! Man, that's the fastest I've done housework in my life. Last I checked, the tub needed... What? Just doing chores at this point. Ugh. Still books stacked on the floor of the bedroom. If you could put them back on the shelf. My goodness. Nope. Where is it? What? Floor in the... Am I blind? Oh, there. Wow. That would have taken me an hour. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set
Wait.
of prison games,
Wait.
this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing.
Oh no.
It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you,
Huh.
and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Okay. House cleaning is so difficult. How do you do it? Are all houses this easy to clean? Do these chores ever end? Well, it's either 2 or 3. I mean, are all houses this easy to clean? Darling, let me tell you something. In your lifetime, you are going to clean a lot of houses, and among all those, a few of them will stick out as truly wonderful, beautiful experiences, and none of them will be the ones that were easy. Just something to think about while you soothe out the rug in the
I know
bedroom.
that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Tub. Well, I mean, this is like chores. You do one, a few days go by, gotta do the other one. Earlier, when I said I had a cheesy thought, I was going to say it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Heh. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it, that's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. Yeah, you're right, that's pretty cheesy, but there's a bit of truth in it, no? 3. What do you think of the game so far? The real Sam. Hello, the real Sam. I like this. I like games like this a lot, where I don't mind linearity. Oh, so housekeeping. Sorry, let me keep up with this. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Okay, so I'm back to the books. I like linear experiences, and I also like open world stuff when I'm in the mood for it. But sometimes I just want to sit down and play a very straightforward linear game, beginning, middle, and end. I kind of mentioned at the beginning of my stream, and thank you for joining again, that I've in the last few years I've really enjoyed games like Firewatch and Gone Home, and yeah, they're considered walking simulators, but they're stories and they're told so well. I remember I played Gone Home and I was terrified walking through that house thinking that there was going to be a jump scare, and there never was. Like, I couldn't, like, let go of some of those stereotypes of, you know, those type of games where you're walking around a completely empty and dark house. And that, oh, the other, sorry, I was trying to think of, like, there's another game that's like that that I love, that I played this year, What Remains of Edith Finch. What Remains of Edith Finch. Gotta work on that acting school stuff there. And my god, what an amazing game. Again, a quote-unquote walking simulator with some gameplay elements, but I was just blown away by its design, by its story, by the voice acting in it. Like, those are the things, like, if you can tick even some of those boxes, you don't need a Grand Theft Auto or, you know, one of these gigantic games that takes 100 hours when you can just tell such a beautiful story in a shorter period of time. All right, what was I doing? Cleaning up books, right. Again, this would take me an hour. Boom. Okay, we're done. And the real Sam, do I know you, or are you just happening yourself upon this channel? If so, that's amazing. Oh goodness, those pillows over on the couch. Okay, we're going back and doing that. So we're kind of going in circles here, but that's okay. Because let me tell you, this is what happens. Boom. And then within a day, they're all messed up again. Should we go over and straighten them? Wait. Question. Yes. Do you enjoy this?
Of course, it can't last.
Oh.
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long.
Oh.
You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Well, thank you so much for happening upon the channel. This is literally my very first stream. People who are playing it. Yeah, Oh, thank you for following. I really appreciate that. This is a game I was kind of mentioning at the beginning where I remember hearing about it during a YouTube series, or YouTube channel, excuse me, called Extra Credits, and they would do a series eventually every once in a while called Games You Might Not Know or Try. Games you might not have heard of or tried, or something along those lines. And they've done at least 24 of those, perhaps even more at this point. But this was one of those ones where it's like, oh, this is a simple little thing. It seems really interesting. Try it. And this is the first time I'm playing it. This is my first stream. But yeah, thank you for joining, and thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. it being before I walk in, it being my first stream, I was only really anticipating like friends and stuff. So it's really heartwarming to see like you can just happen upon someone literally on their first night doing this. All right, we're back to the lamppost.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
September 2009. Items you
This
love
one
at members
gets a
only
bit
prices. Goofy? I like Goofy. Oh no, I'm in school. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. Duh. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Excuse me. Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. Well, and the question is not how we do it, but how do we use it effortlessly? This is easy. I am having trouble speaking tonight. It is so easy.
About halfway
it is so
through
easy.
the game, the
Being
perspective
perfect
shifts.
is effortless. Duh. Oh, it's the Eye of Sauron. Okay. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society.
You play as the teacher.
Yes.
Suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
This is reassuring considering I'm trying to be a teacher. I'm going to school to be a teacher. How do I activate it with no effort? This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? Well, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold inside. Being alone must be awful. It looks like I know I can only choose option 1 here, which is... I'm going to school at an online university called WGU to be a math teacher. I just finished an abstract algebra course. My God. I mean, I'm probably going to be teaching like a high school level. I don't know if I'm ever like some of that stuff is just so like I was having a hard time wrapping my head around it. Thankfully, the course instructors are amazing there. I highly recommend the university because it's a great way to get a degree and save time and money. They don't teach everything, obviously, because it's all online, but they have quite a few options. That's awesome. I love math. I'm majoring in it right now. Oh! There we go. That's awesome. To be a teacher or to be in some other form of mathematical sciences? I'm going to click. Well, I'll wait a moment before I respond to the Eye of Sauron here. Want to get into grad school if possible. Good for you. That's awesome. I only just got back into school a few years ago, and I'm assuming I'm probably going to have to get my master's eventually, but I'm just going for my bachelor's at this point because I'm in my 30s and I never got my bachelor's. I went to an acting school in my 20s. That's what I spent my time on. It was great. It was a lot of fun, but my grades are worrying me though. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, the real Sam. Just to hang in there, like, I don't know what university you go to. You don't have to tell me either, but you know, at a lot of these schools, there's lots of resources that are out there. But yeah, I actually do a little bit of tutoring, but it's mostly to elementary and middle school kids who even just have the hardest time just wrapping their heads around numbers. All right, I'm just going to keep going here. I will keep my eye on the chat, though. But thank you so much for being here. And John, if you're there, too, I hope you're still there, bud. Thanks for being here as well. All right, we're moving on. Let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. If you are torturing yourself, trying to find the right solutions for your life, you are doing it right. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Oops. there is no truth, there is no path. And Real Sam, if you are worried about your grades, like, don't stress about it too. Like, you know, just, I always say to my kids, like, you know, too, if you just put the effort in, if it's important to you, like, you can definitely do it. I believe in you. You can do it. Do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true. Sorry, I feel like I've paused the entire game just so feels true, nothing, no one.
I felt pretty hard for this one.
Perfection, perfection,
I feel
perfection.
like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
Yeah. Oop. Oh.
I think about this game a lot these days.
Okay.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Okay, to the stage. Oh no, I'm back in the theater. Oh, now I feel at home. I used to do a lot of work backstage in theater, so this is like my home right here, is in the wings. I did work in one theater that had all these, but only one. Do I dare step on stage? Clunk, clunk, clunk. Whew! The performance is beginning. Places, please. Oh, dear. See, okay, this is the stuff of my nightmares. Being on stage and not knowing what the heck to do. See, we'll be playing as me. We are gathering up. What the fuck? Wait, why would you have this here? You would want it behind. Okay. Gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Okay. Good. Stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something. To learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Well, sorry, where's the bathroom? Hello? Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. Well, I wasn't going to say I'm going to go to the bathroom. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Okay. I'm super, super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams. I mean, that's my favorite icebreaker. Here are all my hopes and dreams. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feeling of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Bonk! Bonk! I'm in a pinball machine. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? 3. You're messing it all up again. Damn it! You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Okay. Here's our light post again. Okay. Now what? Into the void? Ooh. Wait, were those there? No, they were there. Oh! Oh, we're in the prison again. How's my frame rate, you guys? I'm looking at it on the stream. It looks a little janky. Oh, well, now what? Just into the void, into the darkness? Okay. But... Okay, yes. Now this
The
is
game
working.
ends with this
This is what I
eerie
was
premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life.
Thank you.
The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games.
Oh no.
Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect.
Well, this is the stuff of nightmares right here.
Bring him closer.
Oh no. Okay.
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Oh. June 2010. Okay. Mobius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to... Really? What do you think of Coda? You know, honestly, I understand it. Like, it's kind of cool to, like, see this as, like, the inside of how a game developer thinks and how they express themselves. Yeah. Because I've been playing games since I was, 5 or 6 years old. NES, Super Mario Brothers. That's I just dated myself. And, you know, I don't play everything, but I played what I can. And I like usually what I play. It takes a lot for me to say, this game sucks. I'm never playing this. Yeah, all right. So do I actually have to have my eyes closed for this, Sam? Is this how it's meant to play? My call. All right, well, this will be fun for my first stream. Click and eyes closed. Okay, here we go. Okay, music sounds cool. What do it do? Oh, why did... Okay, well, how was I supposed to figure all this out with my eyes closed? Help, I'm blind, can't see anything. What's going on? 3, what's going on? Oh no. Red alert, shields up. Someone talk to me. Oh dear. And we're dead. Wait. What? Help, I can't see any.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Oh no, this is like Outer Wilds where we're just gonna keep dying over and over again. Do I click a thing? Can't you do something? Can't you fix this? Captain Blind. Oh, no. Oh, shit. This is like one of my favorite episodes of... get in the lift. Aha! Escape. Nope, that's not truthful. Oh no. Oh, well, we're... Blah, blah. Hello, the Senate 859F. Well, yes. That is my exact feeling right now. I don't want to be caught in a loop on this forever. Thank you for joining. What's going on? The only way to... Oh. That's the truth. I can't keep making these. Okay.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of...
light post. I didn't
Here
even
was
notice
the
that was
point in
there.
my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I'm out of ideas. Keep going, keep talking. I haven't been honest. You're doing it. It's working. I'm alone. I'm stuck in it. I have to work harder. We're going to be okay. It's gonna be alright.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out.
Oh no.
After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
December 2010. Hello? Ooh. Oh. Hello, is anyone there? Ooh. This is like the unfinished swan, where you get just a little bit. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. What do you think of Davy? Which one was Davy? I'm sorry. Coda was the designer, right? Sorry. I'm completely out of ideas. When I try to create, I feel empty. I have nothing left to give to my work. Davy is the one narrating. Oh, Davy's great. Nothing can break a game like this than a bad narrator, and he's doing a great job. Completely out of ideas. Oh no. There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. Ah. You're looking for a machine. I think I know where it is. It isn't far. Oh, what? You have to take me to it. I need to see it to know why it stopped. Ooh, this is very interesting. I feel like I'm home.
If the
Hear
last
waves.
game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11.
Yeah.
Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore.
Deal.
Why? What is it for?
I'll show it to you. If any of y'all have seen the no, maybe not. This is reminding me a tiny bit of the end of The Good Place here, but I don't want to spoil anything for people who have not seen it.
From my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how
Yeah,
isolated
here's our
he
door
was.
again.
He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
First, you have to open the door. Okay, now what? Now you have to close the first door. Alright, what's next? John, it seems to me both the narrator and designer are fictional characters. No, probably. I'll just press the switch here.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Ideas. So there I need to see stuff. These are all of my things that I've said. Oh. I'd love to speculate at the end. Oh. There's just words on some walls. There's no machine here. What are you talking about? Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay, making games is simple. Sure, making games is easy. 3, alright, making games is effortless. Simple? Ah, that feels wonderful. But it wasn't true. Why did the walls just crumble? Why do I feel so awful when I said that? Why did the walls just crumble? Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Oh, keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. I am constantly excited and enthusiastic by my work. It is easy. It never stops being easy. Yes, there was these floating colored
Seeing
blocks.
this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
You have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. Oop.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
We're outside. Oh, hi. Wait, who was that?
But it didn't stop.
Oh, damn.
After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a
Woof.
new game.
Okay. May 2011. My goodness. The machine. Oh. This isn't ominous at all. Okay. Hello, guard. Naked. Colored. Untextured guard. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. Ma'am? What? We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. I intend to be quiet. I intend to be brutal. I intend to be quick. Very good. Is it? Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Ooh. Also, one more thing that you should know about this machine. It calls itself Coda. Oh my god. Okay. Press the... Holy shit. Oh, it's the press. Yeah, not press the button. Well, and you stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. Stay alive, at the very least. As people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? How about this for a start? You need to... Something happening in the room? No? Okay. It's just a lot of noise. How about this for a start? You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. I've been so alone. No, nothing? Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. I have seen the thing you fear. I just need a big red button. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. Oh dear. Ginger burger! But, I hear doors opening, but... Oh, we're going back outside. Yes, this is a different... Oh, hello. My followers, my friends. My friends? It falls on me to deliver bad news. I have a terrible, troubling revelation. I got some bad news for you. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. But this isn't... Bleh. This is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me, we will destroy the machine. Follow me, we will destroy everything that the machine has created. Wait, it was in there, I swear. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay. What am I shooting? I'm gonna shoot something. Oh. Oh. Duh. The fuck? How far back can this go? Oh, it's all around me. I just can't shoot the floor. Okay.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Whoa,
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental
This is
spiral?
like the most gameplay I've done
Would
all.
it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how much I have to break until I move on to the next one. Oh, hello.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point. They genuinely loved his work.
What?
There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Hello, machine. Oh, it's the 3 dots from earlier. I just got that. Okay. I can't move. Put down your weapon. Okay. Phew. Okay, how do
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Hey, Jared. How are you? Thanks for following. I think he caught me right at the end of our game here. I feel like it's the
So
end.
anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then
Howdy.
really he just kind of takes off for a while.
How'd your stream go, bud?
So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
June 2011. The Tower. Whoop. And no flashlight. Oh,
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, The Tower just feels distant.
good for you,
It
man.
feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Yeah. Feeling about to go talk to the mother of dragons up here. Or something. Ooh.
This room actually has a maze in it.
What? Oh. Oh. Gingerbread!
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So
Gotta
the
be
experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
I was about to say, I don't want to try that.
I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Let's back up a little bit. There we go. Thank you for the follow. Wall. 128.128. See, this is my favorite kind of maze. You just go over the whole damn thing.
And to be fair, it's not
Okay.
like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable.
Sure.
Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever.
Forever.
I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Oh no.
The
You're-
only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made.
That's
It
luck.
doesn't
That's not
encourage
skill.
thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Oh, I'm going to guess 151,617, please. What? No. Oh, I have to set it. Aha, and then 4, 5, 1. This feels like just wanted to pop in, throw you a follow so I can be notified when you go live. I gotta get some sleep. Yeah, go sleep, bud. You were streaming for a while. And good luck at work tomorrow, and I'll catch you another time. Don't know how frequently I'll be doing this with my school and everything, but I appreciate you, man. Thanks for all your help and help me get set up with this. 6. This feels like keep talking, nobody explodes here a little bit. A bomb's gonna go off. Aha. That is also a game I definitely want to try on here. Played it with my wife. Partially a mistake, but we got far. You get to certain points in games with significant others, and you hit a wall. So, Okay.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning
Well,
that
that's
it's
some
literally
bullshit.
impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely.
Yes,
Just
and I
saying,
love
you know,
Keep
that's
Talking
it.
About Explodes.
That's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't
I'm a failure.
fix the problem. But I can open this door for you. So
Oh, thank you.
let me do that.
I'm not a failure. Haha. Yeah, I have actually been rewatching some not streams, but like Let's Plays of people playing Keep Talking Nobody Explodes, and it's stressful when like you know how to read the bomb defusal, but they are like, I don't understand this. The one that always got me was the Venn diagram. If we had that one, I knew we were screwed. And the Morse code. Because I would be like somewhere it's like dash dot what? It was impossible. All right, let's keep going. I feel like we're near the end here.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
It's the worst. Okay. Oh. What is this? What? Oh. That would have been dumb if I just walked off the edge and had to do all that again.
2011.
June
I'm
11th.
playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
None of them what? Oh. Okay. Turn up the brightness here. I feel like I'm about to walk off an edge. Alright. There's a massive hole.
I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Huh. Thank you, Ruby Blight. Do I know you? I'm unsure. Again, this is my first stream, so I don't know a lot of people's handles. Oh wait, no. Are you J-Rad's wife? I can't remember. I'm sorry. But thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Everybody's got. This is the problem with me doing a stream this late for people on the East Coast. I have a lot of friends back on the East Coast, but I live in Mountain Time now. I live in Utah, so yeah, that might be an issue later. But yes, that's what I thought. Hi, thank you so much for popping in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Go get some. I think we went to high school together. Actually, you look familiar. I was in Rockport's class of 2003, and Rockport's graduating classes were like 60 or 70, so I'm not sure. But anyway, we can chat another time, or if you follow me on Facebook or anything like that. I'm hardly on it anymore, but I check it a couple times. What I did recently was actually, I'll pause for a second, is when things got so bad on Facebook, I just deleted it off my phone. I'm like, I'm done like being obsessed with like checking notifications and everything. So I just deleted it off my phone completely, and have basically all year. I still have it on my desktop, so when I'm on here, or not desktop, my laptop, and doing it was the class of 06. So if I was a senior, you would have been a freshman. Oh man, if I do know you. uh, I'm sure I had friends in that class. But yeah, we can, if you need to get to bed, we can chat later. Trying to remember. It's also been a long time since I graduated high school. I remember there's a few people who was like suggested friends of, you know, you might know this person. And I'm like, they look familiar, but I'm coming up on 20 years since leaving high school. And I don't remember. I honestly have started to forget some people. It's weird. Like, your brain just kind of like the whole
I
Homer.
just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all
Sorry.
happy.
Anyway, just want to make
It was
sure.
that I needed
Here's what
to
he's saying
see
here.
myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
Am I someone I swear to? Yeah, honestly, like, I probably got invited to a 10-year or a 15-year, but I moved out here in 2014, and I was just like, I've, for one, was never popular in high school. Go figure. Number two, I didn't have a lot of friends. I only had like a handful, and most of them moved away, and some of them even out of the country. And I was just like, well, if I go back, it's gonna be awkward as hell. Like, everyone's like got married, had kids. I only got married 5 years ago, so it's like,
Where did I screw up?
where did I screw up? I just like to pause and say this has been a lot of fun. I was actually very nervous tonight doing my first stream. Looks like we're kind of near. I still assume we're nearing the end here. Same here. Anyone I wanted to see, I still talk to. Yeah, I talked to the people who I would want to see already. So what's the point in going to see people who I didn't even get along with in high school, even though it was a small class? But this has been a lot of fun, and let's go in here. I'm assuming this is the end game. Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my
I'm
games.
the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Hmm. I'm getting a little bit of screen tearing here, it looks like.
I don't think I ever told you this,
Maybe.
but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I think I'm starting to piece some things together here, but I'll save it for the end.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Thanks. I'll see you another time too.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean? Sorry for going quiet. I'm just very
worst right now.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
That's creepy.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Hmm. Oh. Hey, John, does this look familiar? It's a little reminiscent of Grand Central. It's a different kind of light post, but okay.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Oh. Getting on the train. Train with no windows, though. That's a little... Oh, wait.
Solution.
Oh. If anyone has watched, The Haunting of Bly Manor, this looks very familiar, too.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Hello? That balcony has no door. How does anyone even get up there? Okay.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Ooh. What the f... We're in a cave. Or something. Man. This is a lot more engrossing than I was gonna think it was gonna be.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Ooh.
What now?
Don't like heights. I don't like heights.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna...
Gosh.
Okay.
This is like sad, man. I was not anticipating this at all. Are we back in dust? No, this isn't dust. It's similar. We're back to some abstract things over there, it looks like. It's like Journey. I'm going to go through all the arches. Oh, gosh. Down here, I'm guessing? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. No fall damage. Excellent. Oh. Okay. Ground's moving up very slowly. Oh. Well, that closed. Alright, let's get in here. ASAP. It's gonna stop. It stopped. Okay. Oh, we're back at the train station. Oh, jeez. But there's no clock, no train. Right there is where Superman snapped Zod's neck, I think. No kidding. Senna 859. Yeah. Like, some of the things he's saying are things that I've literally said. You know, like when I'm feeling depressed or feeling like unsure about, oh my gosh. I've played, sorry, a little pause. I've played other games where, like, you know, the meta-ness of how it makes you feel. Things like Stanley Parable a little bit too, which I guess is the same guy who made this, but like yeah. I love I love when video games make you think, make you feel. I don't mind the mindless ones. You know, twin stick shooters, bang bang bang, kill everything. That, like, those are fun in spurts for me, but like this stuff, this is the stuff that I love. I'm glad I chose this as my first stream because this is very, very interesting. I'm never going to reach that end, am I? Oh, uh-oh. That's just a smiley face emoji. I was like, I think. Oh, man. Quick sidebar. I don't like thunderstorms, so that sound terrifies me. Oh, we're back here. Hey, John, about to Rathacon this again. But I'm probably going to get sucked back up there. Maybe. Let's find out. Yep. Here we go. Oop. Oop. Holy shit. My brain hurts. The feeling and experience. Yeah, I agree. Real Sam. This is really cool experience. Is that the end? Real Sam? Is this the end?
Turn back.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna get for R.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that
Let's pull up the following
I'm
individuals.
brave. Let me keep going. But the cave
I hope I
goes
don't get copyright claim for this song. I mean, it's in a game. You'd think that it wouldn't.
and you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back, turn back.
And that's it. That is the beginner's guide. Sorry, Real Sam. This game is genius. I relate to Davey so much. It always feels like people around me are so creative and wholesome, and I want that in a way. When finishing this game, Davey becomes my coda. Yeah, like I used to be in the creative arts. I used to be, as I was saying, as the game was getting to the stage and stuff, it's like, oh gosh, I'm having flashbacks because, I used to be an actor. I used to work backstage a lot. Like that creative outlet was there. I just never. I mean, people would always say that, like, oh, like, they would come see my shows or whatever, and like, if I was acting, like, oh, you're so great, blah blah blah. Like they were very kind. I just always had this, kind of what they're talking like that. The machine doesn't always work, and you distrust it or you grow unsure of it, and what your creativity is putting out, like you don't even know how it makes you feel. And you have that, my gosh, that break that he has with the walls closing and everything, because I'm trying to figure out what he really is saying with this game. I am too. I'm gonna have to think about this one for a while. This is gonna be one of those ones that makes me think long afterwards. Maybe I'll even replay it. Who knows? Probably not soon. This is a 2-hour stream, coming up on 2 hours right now, and yeah, like not what I was expecting at all. I don't even think I could have predicted that at all. John, if you're still there, I'd love to hear. But that's the point. You can't trust the narration in this game. He keeps adding lampposts. Yes. Keeps adding more and more. You're right. John, if you're still there, if you have any insights, I know it's tough to text what we must all be thinking right now. The few of us that are still here. But that was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun to stream it and to not talk to myself, to actually talk to other people. So any interpretation of the game are all wrong in a way. Yeah, it's really up to interpretation. And again, I love that when games and stories can do that. Although, I mean, like, I do love straightforward endings, like, or at least like something that has an overall beginning, middle, and end. But then there's that little thing at the end that's like, like, I won't spoil it, but the end of the new Watchmen series, something like that, where I thought it was brilliant and told a complete story, but at the very end gives you a new perspective on things. Oh, also, another series I've been watching was the two Haunting series, Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor. And they are able to insert things like that that give you those fresh perspectives. So you have to go back almost and rewatch it. When Coda said that the fact that you think I'm broken says more about you than it does about me, I felt that because that's exactly how this game made me feel. Yeah, that was, I think, Real Sam, I think that was the line that made it for me too. Yeah, that was really cool. Man, I'm so happy I did this, and thank you for the ones who are still here, and a quick shout out to the people who, for the followers and for all the commenters. Thank you so much. This was so much fun. I've been trying to think. Excuse me, 1 second, of some sort of creative outlet in these times. We don't go out much anymore. My wife works from home. I do school from home. I go and tutor children 3-4 days a week, and we go to the grocery store. That's about it. In these times, it's hard to get out and to do these types of things. But this, I want to make time to do this because this was a lot of fun. Do you think games like this can really be commonplace? I feel like part of what makes it special is that it is rare, right? Like, if all games make you think this much, then it becomes oversaturated. I agree. You can't do all like things like this. They're indie and rare for a reason because you have to seek them out. Not to say that AAA titles can't be this introspective, but like, again, this was a 2-hour game. But on the other hand, I do want games like this. I agree. I love games like this. They're just very different from what AAA titles do, because when you're an indie, I feel like you can do, like, you have much more control over what it's going to say, what it's going to do, how it's going to do it. With every, I don't know, AAA title, like, there's so many cooks in the kitchen. Sometimes messages, meanings get lost. Yeah, but what a great experience, and I'm so glad I was able to have it with a few friends and a few new friends, people who, like, I was really curious as to how Twitch would work, like, on especially my first night. Like, I thought, real honest to God, thought to myself, I'll have one viewer, maybe two, and both of them will be friends that I know. So this was real cool. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the follows. I hope to see you again soon. Because of the title of my stream, When We Can Game, I don't know if I will schedule everything, to, like, this, always this day at this time kind of a thing. I just kind of do stuff when I can. I'll tell you this right now, that for now I'll probably just be doing some of these more simpler games on Steam, mostly because I have a non-gaming laptop. I don't have any high-end graphics cards. I won't be playing any massive AAA titles on this thing, but some of the other games that are on my list that I want to play on this are things very similar to this, like I said, with the guys who made this, the Stanley Parable. I want to finish that. I want to see more of the endings because I only got a handful when I originally played it. Another narrative-driven game called That Dragon Cancer, which I, again, here is very emotional. So I've prepared for that one. One of my favorite games, I think, of all time, because I played it a couple years ago, and my God, I must have put so many hours into it, was This War of Mine. I love that game so much, and I got it on Steam recently, and I want to replay it and get a fresh way on it. There's probably a couple others that I'm not thinking of right now that are on Steam. And then I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to set this up on my Xbox or my PS4 with a webcam or not. I don't know how well the Twitch apps work on the consoles at all, and how good my internet connection is, because I won't be able to hardwire them in because they are upstairs. Our modem is downstairs. And again, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm doing this as an outlet. I'm doing this as for fun, and to play games. My dream would be that Dan, Salvato, Davey, and Bennett Foddy all made a game together. So, quick question, the Real World Sam. So, Davey's the guy who made this, the Beginner's Guide, and I'm assuming also the Stanley Parable. Who are Dan, Salvato, and Bennett Foddy? Because I'm not always familiar with developers' names. Excuse me. Dan made Doki Doki Literature Club. I've never played that. Benefati made Getting Over It. I'm not familiar with that one either. I am going to write those down right now. Because actually, I have my own Steam account, but I'm actually sharing or borrowing a lot of games from my brother, who took my original Steam account, but he's a PC guy now, so Bennett made Getting Over It. Doki is free. Oh, that's good to know. Awesome. Well, here we are at the end of the first stream. Real Sam, thanks so much for finding it. Thanks for taking such an interest in this game. Thank you for the follow, Senna859. Just make sure you read the warnings for Doki. What warnings? Is it like seizure warnings or like content warnings? Content-wise, interesting. Well, that might be a defining factor, because I want to, even though, like, you know, obviously this game didn't really have a lot of, you know, had a lot of more psychological content than like in-your-face kind of content, but I will check that out. Thank you to the people who just happened to discover this on its first night. That really warms my heart and makes me appreciative and hopeful of getting a bigger audience. Again, don't know when the next time will come around will be, but hopefully it'll be within the next week or so, and I will put up a schedule. I don't know if I'm still trying to figure out how Twitch works, but I appreciate all the support and help, so thank you. And yeah, thanks again. Have a good night, everyone.